What is going on, everyone? This is Courtney Rollins, host of the Life in Transitions Experts YouTube channel and Facebook group and podcast. And I'm also the owner operator of Estate Pro Service, where I help families through some of the biggest transitions in their life. And if you follow this podcast or follow this channel, you'll notice in the last several months I've added an awesome tool to my tool belt to help people, and that is life insurance, specifically final expense life insurance, helping people have the protection they need to make sure that they know that their families are protected from the expense that we all are going to incur. And today I'm super excited because I have the gentleman who actually attracted me to the space when I was looking around. I was coming from wholesale space and I was looking around trying to find where to go. Life insurance kept popping up, and I was trying to find a place that had awesome values. And I ran into this gentleman, and I'm going to go ahead and introduce him, AJ Ridout. AJ, the phenomenal from NASB, North American Senior Benefits. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good morning, man. I appreciate you having me on. This is fun. It's a great opportunity to be able to help people and just kind of share a little bit about the journey. So, and Courtney, like, now you say NASB, it's funny, man. Like, I think one of our carrier reps kind
Mhm.
of coined that phrase NASB a long
Oh,
time
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
He like would say it wrong from stage, so that's kind of how it was coined. Kind of crazy.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, we'll keep that tradition going. Sometimes out of mistakes, some magic can happen, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
folks. So AJ, please let folks know what it is you do in the world of life insurance, and then I'll just ask a couple more questions after that. And also, man, I
Yeah.
really appreciate your time. As I said, I know that it's super impactful and packed in day, so definitely appreciate that. But yeah, what brought you into the world of life insurance?
Yeah, so yeah, I got licensed April of 2013. So
Okay.
I've been doing this a
14.
hot minute, and one of a good buddy of mine, his name's Jordan Smith. Him and his wife Cora were good friends of my wife Jill and I. And I knew Jordan sold newspapers. He worked for the Nuisance and Disturber, I think is what most people call it, the News and Observer. Sold
Okay.
newspapers, and he was traveling a lot. He made good money. But he stumbled upon the insurance industry, and he showed me the opportunity once, and I was like, man, it just something didn't click. I was in banking at the time,
Mhm.
worked for BB&T, growing my career there, had a great experience, learned a ton, met a lot of wonderful people. I actually tried to do life insurance at BB&T. It didn't work out, right? They didn't allow me to do it. So Jordan found an ASB, partner with Chad Milner and Craig Harvey, back in 2012, I believe it was. And he was like, "Hey, you need to check it out, man. I switched companies, and I think I found like my home." And Cora and my wife talked a lot, and Cora kept on urging, she would talk to Jill and say, "Hey, you need to check this out. Tell AJ to get in the car with Jordan again." So I took a Saturday, I got in the car with Jordan, and we went to a house up in Wake Forest, North Carolina. I
Okay.
went to like middle school, high school out in that area, and I saw him help somebody that needed life insurance and had a hard time getting it. And
Hmm.
it wasn't like a big life insurance policy to pay off a mortgage. It wasn't $1 million or anything like that. It was a small
Hmm.
life insurance policy just so her family wouldn't be burdened with end of life expenses. They call it final expense life insurance, burial insurance.
Hmm.
Like this lady had battled cancer, all that kind of stuff. And Jordan was able to get her protected and she teared up. And when we
Hmm.
got in the car, I was like, man, this is amazing. If you can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And at that time, like we were broke, busted, and disgusted, man. Like I was a branch manager. I don't even want to say what I was making a year salary back in the day because it's probably changed. I'll say it. I was making 50 grand a year trying to provide for a family of six.
Yeah, you got 60.
And my
Yeah.
wife stayed at home.
Wow.
We homeschooled four kids, and like it was tough. So I was desperately looking for a way to provide for my family, really as an extra income. And then it just transitioned into a full-time career. I quit my job. I think I was 4 to 6 months in, making more part-time doing this than I was getting paid
Mhm.
at the bank. And BB&T did a restructuring, and my position at the time was a branch manager, and they pulled everybody into the building downtown Raleigh and said, "Hey, your current position is no longer a position. Here's the new one." And I was the only one that said, "Hey, I appreciate the opportunity, but I think I'm going to move in a different direction."
Oh, wow.
And what's crazy is I had built good relationships, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And I told them, they're like, "What?" And they said, "Hey, if you want to come back ever,
Yeah.
Like you got a job. Don't even worry about hitting the site. Just reach out to us. And I was like, man, I appreciate it, but at the end of the day, like I know I want to build something. And hey, you guys never know. Y'all might come and work for me one day. And what's crazy is the guy that hired me at BB&T, his son actually worked for me for a little bit,
Oh,
which is kind of
wow.
cool, man. So like it's all a journey at the end of the day. So that's what got me into the insurance industry since
Well, that's a
2013.
couple of awesome things, man. I'm hearing a couple of things I want to touch on. One cool point is that it seems like there's a pattern. A lot of folks who are coming to the insurance space, even in these short 90 days that I've been a part of it, are coming from like at least I'm noticing an avatar. Some folks are coming from a space of sometimes desperation because they're like, yo, I'm banging my head against the wall. But also these are folks who are sitting on their hands, watching YouTube all day or chilling there. You had a position. It wasn't serving the way you wanted to serve. And obviously you were super valued there. You just
Yeah.
you weren't in the space where you could be optimized to your best. I feel like I've been failing forward in a lot of my space and careers where like this really fits right now, but I'm either outgrowing it or just God's calling me to ask for more. But there was one part though, you said that it spoke to when you saw Jordan help that person and
Yeah.
her or that person think they couldn't afford it or get it and they got it. And you said, oh, I think I can do this. But still, I mean, just rubber to meets road, money wise, why was this a solution to or I'm assuming it's a solution to the challenge you were facing with the income you're receiving from the bank?
Yeah. So look, man, I was doing very well in my career at BB&T. Like
That's
I
what I
was
told you, man.
growing.
Yeah,
Um, I just had I built good relationships with people. And I remember going around to like our top city exec, and he was one of the youngest city execs at BB&T. And then I went to our regional president. These are just in conversations that I had. And I was like, if you had to start your career over again, what would you do in banking? And they all said insurance, man.
yeah,
All of them. Every one of them. I'm not saying life insurance, it could be commercial insurance, whatever, but they all said
right.
insurance. So I was like, man, there's something to that. And
Hmm.
then Jordan was doing insurance. So I was like, all right. And it just had look, you said, people come into this industry desperation. It's like closet winners almost. Like we're really good. Like people
Yeah.
that do very well in
Closet windows.
this industry, they're like closet winners, man. They haven't
Yeah,
found what they're looking for. They're like exceeding at the highest level they can, but there's a
yeah,
ceiling there. I think Warren Buffett says like, I felt like I was rowing really hard at BB&T. It's just the boat had holes in it,
I hear you.
and I looked at my
Mm,
manager who I mad respect. This guy was amazing. He's built a big career, but I was like, dude, he's been here for 20 years, 30 years. And like, it's going to take me that long to get to where I need to be for my
yeah,
family. Like, we're struggling, dude.
wow,
So, like, at that time, Jordan showed me $10,000 a month in deposits
yeah,
on his bank account. And I was like, oh, dude, like
yeah,
10 grand a month?
wow.
Like, all right,
Yeah,
I can need that. I can get that in my life. What? If I can do just half of that, I'm making X amount over here at the bank. If I can make half of that, 5 grand, I mean, dude, we're making 9 grand a month with some benefits. So, like, I just saw it as an opportunity to really excel. I knew I cared about people because I saw Jordan do it.
yeah,
And to me, it was like, I'm not selling credit cards. I'm not getting people into debt. It's a vehicle that at the end of the day really helps people that need it in a big, big way. So I was like, man, if I can make an impact in the communities that I serve with the best product out there, because we're partnered with all the top providers, like if you have a great product, man, it sells itself. You just have
yeah.
to go get in the way.
In the front of, yeah, get in front of it,
So, like
not
my
get in the
my
way and not
first
be in the
year,
way.
yeah, my first year, I learned a lot. I was a great student. I listened to my mentors. I kind of just put my head down and went to work because I had to. Like
Mhm.
I needed to make money for my family, and the product sold itself. Like I said, I just kind of got in the way.
What did your first 90 days or first and even year look like as far as mentally and
So,
financially?
yeah. I love that. So I remember I untied my tie, leaving the bank. It was 5 p.m. and locked the doors. And I was like making some calls to some of our leads. So NASB has a lead system.
Yeah.
They mail out now over 1 million leads a month. So we would get those back at a subsidized cost, and I would get on the phone. And the first lead I dialed, like the number was wrong, and it was on the way to my house. I remember knocking on the glass door, and they were sitting on the sofa. Mr. Horace was.
I
And he
remember.
said, "Come on in." And I remember feeling like, "What?
Yeah.
Come in?" He didn't even come to the door. I wouldn't do that, but he did. And I got in, And I showed him the card. I was like, hey, I mean, I was sweating, dude. Like, I'm AJ. You guys filled out this card and it talked about like information on life insurance and stuff. And the wife, Gertha, comes out and she said, well, that took a while. We filled that out a long time ago. Nobody's showed up. And I was like, well, I'm here now. Do y'all want to sit at the sofa or the kitchen table?
Yeah.
And they were like, kitchen table. She cleared off the mats and the place settings that were there. And I was in the house for 2 hours, sweating, boy. I felt like I didn't know anything really, but NASB had people that had been there and done it. So I got in, I made a friend, I got information about what they had, what their goals were, and I just called Jordan. And Jordan walked me through the process. And I was able to, like, my first house, like, I helped a husband, wife, and they had a grandchild in the house. So I wrote
They
three
were-
policies in my first house, protected 3 lives, helped them go from term insurance that was getting ready to go up in rate and expire in a couple years into something that's permanent. Like they were outliving their term. And I'm not saying term is bad or anything, it just transitions of life. They
Right,
needed to
right.
make a move. So I solved problems. And like these people are still clients of mine today. They were the first people I helped. They're still clients, and they've referred other family members. So it's a relationship business, and that's I loved it.
So
So yeah,
that's
man.
awesome, man. So your first 90 days for first house, three policies, helping three
Yeah,
people.
dude.
I imagine it's not all roses and all. Were there
No.
like the first year that were you able to make enough for your family, or what were some of the challenges that come out of? Well, let me back up before you answer,
Yeah.
folks. If you're listening, if you're watching, specifically AJ and what he has taught me and continues to teach me is door to door, knocking on the doors in front of folks. And we'll get into if we have a little bit of time and maybe for another podcast. What's so awesome about the systems he spoke to? But yeah, George. I mean, AJ, if you go. Did you make enough money? I imagine and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Just trying to
So
think what
look,
people would
well,
be.
so my first few months, like I was bringing home, 4 to 6 grand a month in revenue. For business. So I was like, all right, man, like if I can do this part time, what would it be full time? Matter of fact, I wanted to keep going, and my wife was like, just quit, man. You could do it.
Yeah,
I believe in
believe.
you. So I think that's key. Like I had an amazing spouse that believed in me and pushed me,
Oh, key partner.
which is key partnership. Like we co-create, man. So like our first year, full year, I made over 100 grand. I was making
Yeah,
50K at the bank, so I doubled our income. My income's gone up every year. It's never gone down, and that just speaks to like how the industry pays us, like because we get paid renewals and back end money, and like you're building a book of business clientele, and when you do this right, you're not going to keep everybody, right? 1 out of 4 falls off. Like it's just life. Just like in any business, man, somebody buys an iPhone and they don't like it and they go return it and they go buy an Android. Like it happens everywhere, man. Like, so at the end of the
yeah.
day, like it's just been a journey of building something for my family. I don't have to answer to nobody. I'm accountable to people in business that I love that. So, dude, it's changed our families, like where we live,
Yeah.
how we live. Like we make good money, so it's and look, I'm just a small fish in a big pond, dude. There's other people at our company that have been here less than I have in less years that have created a business that pays them more than what I
Yeah,
make.
I'm on these
So you
calls.
don't have to get here, you don't have to join our business at the ground floor to make a ton of money. It's about what you bring. It's
Right.
about what you create. So everybody has a level playing field, man. You just got to go do it. So
That's awesome.
everybody has their own journey.
There's no ceiling, man. Like you eat what you kill. And what I love about this and ties into my next question is the people and the processes that are with NASB that I get to learn from. Insurance, life insurance, people are like looking for changes in their life, the YouTube and stuff. Life insurance is going to come up, financial service is going to come up, and it's a huge ocean with so many different avenues and so many good players and so many bad players, and also so many variables based on a person's lifestyle and what their needs are. What would
Yep.
you recommend to somebody who's come across life insurance? What questions should they be asking to find out whether this is the type of right choice for them or right fit for them?
Yeah, I mean, like studying the business, I know there's a life insurance buyer's guide.
Mhm.
So like yeah, anybody can Google that, life insurance buyer's guide, and it's going to teach you how to buy life insurance. So maybe start there. That's how I
Hmm.
learned how to study for the exam, by the way. For anybody looking at
Oh,
getting in
cool.
the industry and how to learn about life insurance, just go Google life insurance buyer's guide, and it's going to teach you a little bit. written by people who created the products. But so first thing is like, do I have the resources to pay for it? What
Mhm.
am I trying to accomplish? I ask that to a lot of people that I sit down with. Like when you pass away, and if you had the ability to write out and assign each dollar to do something,
Mhm.
to work for your family, what would you want it to do? And they say it. And whatever that is, there's a product that matches it. So if it's to pay
Ah,
off a house, well, if I took out a 15-year mortgage, do I need whole life? If I can, right? No, no, not for that, right? Term insurance, I do a
mhm.
15-year term policy. It keeps my premium very low. I can get a lot for it. And if I pass away before this house is paid off, my family has shelter for the rest of their life paid for.
Mhm.
But after I pay off my house, I don't need the insurance anymore. If I'm looking for, you know, when I die, I want my end of life expenses, I want to leave a gift. Well, term insurance, it expires at a certain time.
Mhm.
Like you're gambling because you don't know when. If you did, Courtney, we'd all wait the day before to get it, but we
Right.
don't.
Hit 'em up.
So like whole life fits the bill there. So I think you just got to make sure that you can afford it,
Yeah.
and you got to make sure that it matches your goals on what you want it to do.
Well,
And think about the like this is the emotional part is you got to think about that you're protecting your loved ones, man. Like who is this for? You're not doing it for you. It's the most selfless purchase that we make. Everything else in this world is about us.
right.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's a selfless thing.
Yeah.
So
And now what about folks like you 12, 13 years ago, or me just 90 days ago looking for a new opportunity? What questions should they be asking? I know that perspective, looking, you see so many different carriers, so many different ways to become an agent. Some people saying this is a terrible industry, some people saying this is the most amazing and you're going to make
yeah.
money by just picking up a phone. There's a lot of misconceptions out there. What questions should a
Yeah.
potential
Look,
new
this
agent be asking?
industry, Courtney, it's not easy like
Yeah.
at all. It's very hard. It's simple to do what we do. It's a product, good or service that everybody needs, right? Like we're all living, we're all going to die. Death and taxes are, one thing that are never going to go away.
Mhm.
So, like, it's being that it's not. I mean, there's so many different ways that people make money here. You can work for a company and receive a W-2. You can partner with an organization and receive a 1099, and all you do is work for that one company. But it's just a tax code at the end of the day, W-2, 1099.
Mhm.
Or you can partner with an organization like NASB. It's a brokerage. It's an insurance marketing organization that has partnerships with several different life insurance providers. It allows you to quote unquote help people shop around because not everybody can be approved with one carrier.
Uh,
And at the end of the day, like I think that you have to ask yourself, what are you trying to create? Like what are you built for? Because not everybody can handle the 1099
yeah.
tax code. Like not everybody can do that. They need that sense of security of the W-2. And everything comes with a pro and a con. So you really got to dive deep into what you're trying to create, what fits well for you. I see a lot of people jump into this opportunity too quick, not knowing themselves. Most people come in a little bit down on their luck, desperate, and they jump
Yeah.
in and they haven't thought out, hey, am I a go-getter? Am I aggressive? Can I write my own paycheck?
Hmm. What do you mean?
If
Can I write my
that's
own
not the
paycheck?
case, then we're not right for you, right? So,
Um,
like there are companies out there that are good for you. So I know what it takes to win at NASB. Hunger, grit, determination, those things go everywhere. But like you have to be somebody who can think on their own feet. Like you're not looking for a guarantee, you're looking for an opportunity. You're not looking for a handout, you're looking for a hand up, like a step up.
dig
You
it.
know what I'm saying? Like you're looking for
Yeah.
something that you can go build with or without anybody. Like if Jordan or Chris sold their agencies and went away, I still have a dream that I want to grow and
Dig
accomplish.
that, man.
That's who makes it here.
Some of the things I'm hearing you say, AJ, is so know what type of person you are. It's not a better or worse, but are you the type of person who's can be self-motivated and not have to rely on that every 2 weeks or every month or every week check? Or are you the person who wants that security so that and foundation so that you can whatever that is for you. So knowing the type of person you are. A couple of things I've also heard you say before too, man. You kind of alluded to it, but not on this call just now. Is do you have enough money to get you through the pre-licensing and to get to the investments on your leads because they are an investment. Oh, that leads to another question I heard you ask. Does your company even have leads for you to invest in? So yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot that
I
goes
mean,
into
right.
picking a company, Courtney. Like here's the thing, when somebody like it doesn't cost that much to get started in insurance, just a couple $100, man, to get licensed, get your fingerprints, pass your test. It'll cost more if it takes you more than one time to pass the state exam. You know, it
Hey,
took me
but
a
you
couple
made it. You
times
made it.
to pass it, but it's kind of like the first test, right? If you need somebody to pay for you, that's fine or whatever. But it's almost like it puts you in a position where if you don't have the funds to do it, there's so many ways to make money in today's world. Like
Mhm.
sell your Xbox, man, sell your vices that are holding you back. And somebody who's willing to do that, it's like, all right, man, I can lock arms with that person,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
and sometimes we have to ask for help too. Like, don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, if you know that you can make it happen and your business partner's willing to invest in you, great, take advantage of it. You'll pay them back through your
So
efforts.
So
So,
man, I promise it don't be 20 minutes. We're actually jumping into a call
yeah,
a few moments, guys. I'm not sure when you're listening to this, but regardless, man, you know what I found this short amount of time, and I'll say two things. One, I can also speak to it. You just showed us the 10-week report, and I did deposit net 30,000 in 10 weeks. So I am having success following the tried and true track that you all provide. So thank you. I feel like I'm going to get better. So thank you so much. But the biggest thing that I see about AJ and that I find is the exciting challenge in that car is the time between the rides or the just staying in the saddle mentally. I feel like every time I bring great energy, great things happen in that space, and you are amazing at keeping your energy up, keeping the team's energy and morale up. Can you speak to the because to me that's the hard. The other part's so
yeah.
simple, but the hard is, oh, I could go home right now. Oh, it's can you speak to that and to close us off, man? Why is yeah, however you want to go with that, the mental side of this.
Yeah. So, like I said, like it's not an easy business. It can be tough. Sometimes it's like you're out on an island by yourself. It could feel
Mhm.
like that in field sales. But hopefully you have a culture, a team, or a couple of people sometimes. Maybe if it's even one person that you can text, not something super negative or anything like that. And if it needs to be, hey, you got someone in your corner that can pep you up, but like there's people around you that want to pull you forward, that want to take you closer to your goals. So I think realizing that you have a group of people that are there for you that want to see you win, like you've got to put yourself in that environment.
Hmm.
So if you have it, take advantage of it. And like for me, when you know I don't know, man. Like everybody's heard that term "fake it till you make it." I don't know if I like it too much, but there are certain things that you do. I think you and I might have talked about this the other day. Like there are certain things in our life that bring us energy. For
Hmm.
me, like I love music, man. Like if I'm feeling like, oh man, something's going off, like I'm gonna listen to a certain type of music to bring me energy.
I hear you.
Like that works for me. For others, it might be a podcast. For some, it might be pulling off on the side of the road and beating on the steering wheel. I don't know. It's just self-awareness. And it's a muscle. You got to build this stuff. You got to build. Like I was listening to a coaching call this morning with Dan Martell. He's one of my coaches,
Ooh,
and
that's
he's talking
name
about
drop. Ooh,
yeah, dude. He's
that's a big
like
name.
he's one of my. He's got a book out there. Buy Back Your Time. Go buy it if you're a business owner, a founder, or even like a
Damn
C-suite
Martell.
executive, or even if you're anybody can buy it. It's a great book, but a great coach. And like he talks about this all the time, man, that the world isn't as it is, it's as you are.
As you are,
And
absolutely.
I know I told y'all about this book, Happy Pocket Full of Money.
That's my favorite. I've listened to it about 6, 7 times now,
But like
man. Literally, I'll keep
reading,
on listening.
man, like all these things, it's a
Right.
muscle, dude. You got to build it up. And it's he talked about and this morning he talked about self-awareness, man. You got to be an awareness in general. Like our bodies are an antenna. And like,
Brains.
so it's something that you got to build. And I think for some people it's easier to have a positive mental attitude. For others, it might not. Like, look, I know who I am.
Yeah.
Look, trust me, you ask my wife, Courtney, I'm not always the most positive. I can be a negative Nancy too.
I hear you. I hear
So I
you.
falter a lot. But like when I'm out there in the field, like I'm focused, I'm intentional.
Right.
The days that I know I'm not, like I'm off, dude, those days are tough.
Yeah.
and you got to find something that brings you back to, and that whatever that is for you, you
That's the
have to
crux
find it.
of
It can be
it,
a text, a
AJ.
phone call, a podcast, a music, a song, something.
So
Just keeps you on track.
So specifically with life insurance, but really anything in life, but because we're using life insurance, this is our niche and our fold. It's
Yep.
like what the Jim Rohn quote, your level of success will never exceed your level of self-development. So this,
Right.
me, the only way I succeed is being a better person. So I get to work every day on being a great communicator, empathetic, listening, and have a detached compassion where it's I don't care what the outcome is. I still know I'm good and I'm going to keep going out there and expressing, I say God's love, we say God's love, but it's, expressing
Amen.
this thing in life. So, man, I appreciate it. We're past the time, my brother. How can people reach out to you if they, especially they want to ask you how they can join the team or just learn more about insurance and about AJ?
Yeah, if they see this, like our names are on here at AJ Ridout on Instagram, hit me up there. That's the easiest place to communicate at AJ Ridout on Instagram. I do have Facebook and TikTok, but that's probably the best place to start. You can DM me opportunity, and I'll reach out to you, and we'll talk about the opportunity. So what? Look, Courtney, I appreciate you, man. You've been one of the easiest persons to work with. You have a great attitude. You inspire others, man, with your energy,
Oh, thank
and
you.
you're a culture changer.
Oh,
Like you shift culture because it's your energy, man. Like, and you like, I don't know. It's been great working with you
I
so far, and I know
appreciate
we're
it,
just
man.
starting the journey. So
Yeah, we're just getting started. I appreciate it. I got to put out my
yeah,
video in 90 days. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible with everyone, showing the numbers inside and out. But man, I feel blessed that God has attracted me to you and to the team. It's some killers out there. They're doing
yeah,
awesome things, man. So I can't wait to keep learning and growing. AJ Ridout, check him out, folks. And that's our call, man. So I'll see you in a second, man.
yes,
All
sir.
right,
Thank
fellas.
you.
LITE, let your light shine.